Hi guys, it's me UBprogrammer, and from today I'm gonna start a series on operating system course, and this is a subject being followed in many bachelor program from many universities, right? And I'm following a curriculum, a syllabus from a virtual university, and it is quite similar to any other curriculum I have reviewed from many universities like CalU, Morgan State, etc. Okay, and if you are enrolled in any master or bachelor program, you can contact me on this WhatsApp or email to discuss about your coursework or projects. I do teach online. Okay, with that said, let's get started with the lecture 1 of our CS604 is the course code for this course or subject. And first of all, we have to see the computer system structure, like how it is, where our operating system is lying in the computer, right? So we got, let me just grab a pen. So this structure is really keen focus of our this course. uh, so we got our hardware at the very underlying stage of our computer system. Then we got our operating system, then applications, which are all the softwares like your Google Chrome, uh, any other media player you got, or any other software, right? And then you are using your software, which is user. It can be administrator, it can be any other user using that computer. So a user is, if you see as a downward, so a user is giving commands through the application, and applications are uh, saying that command or sending that command to that operating system, whatever you got installed. And the actual hardware is dealing with that request, which is uh, being sent by the user. So that's how we deal with our hardware. There are two layers, two broad layers. There are many in between, but two broad layers are application and OS, right? So this is the operating system you have. And now let's talk about some functions or functionality of OS. Let me just go down. Yeah, grab a pen. Okay, so functions of OS are disk memory management. So you have hard drive in your computer, and to manage that, obviously you are not gonna manually do that because it will be a nightmare, right? So you need a OS, right? So OS will help you to manage the disk or the space you got in your computer, right? And the CPU scheduling, so the brain of the computer, CPU you got, but this CPU has to do many functions because you are not using only one application. You are using Microsoft Word, you are using Google Chrome at the same time, you are listening to some songs simultaneously, right? So all these function need a schedule so that CPU can uh, deal to every process you are running on your system, right? And then you got the critical section, problem management. So this is really broad topic in this course. And what this problem is, as I said, you are using many programs, and maybe these programs, or if you are a programmer, you are writing C++ program or Python programs. So these programs, it is possible that all of these programs are dealing with the same data source, right? So when a program is changing or modifying the data source, other program is also looking for that data source, maybe for retrieving data or maybe for updating that, right? So two programs can modify the same data source at the same time. So there will be a tension between these two programs, right? You can sense that tension. So this will be called as a critical section problem. So that section will be really critical and CPU will deal it for you, right? Deadlock management. As you can see, there are many processes running, so a deadlock can occur because there is a great possibility that process can say, hey, CPU, deal with me first, right? And the other process will also say that. So CPU had to decide based on the priority, which will be discussed in this course later, like what to deal first and what to do after that, right? So deadlock management will be there. So if there is a deadlock between two processes, CPU will say, hey, I will deal this one first and then I will deal with you, right? So it will be a decision of CPU based on the priority parameters. Okay, and the next functionality of OS is virtual memory management, which is again a broad topic, and this topic has a separate chapter in this course, so we will discuss that. But just to introduce this concept, you can say used for executable program to run which are larger than RAM. So if your RAM is of 8 GB or 16 GB and the program you are running is of 32 GB, maybe a very large game which is of big size, GTA 5 or something like that. So you have to create a virtual memory for that, or maybe you want to run two or more operating system on that hardware you got in your system, but you are trying to what you can say model that hardware to allot it for a different OS, right? So you got Windows, you want to install Linux, so you have to create the virtual memory for that Linux, right? So that is the virtual memory. And then the user management, of course, if you are dealing in a, you can say, office sector, then you have to create many user profile. They can be your employees, or in the family also, like your friends and family. So you will create a profile for all of them, and you want to give some controls to one user and maybe some other permissions to a specific user. So all of this management will also be done by your OS, right? And this was it for this lecture, and I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.